Hey guys, Sean Don here of Atlas Peak Performance with yet another technical analysis. Um, Here we have Terry Noyes, post-collegiate thrower. He threw to junior college and finished up a couple years ago and just throws for fun, which I love to hear. Honestly, that makes me happy inside knowing that people are just throwing out there just because they love throwing. That's why I love the throwing community because it's so close-knit. We all do what we do because we love to do it, not because we get paid a bunch of money, not for any other stupid reason. I don't know. We just love to throw. So, without further ado, here is Terry's throw. All right, cool. So Terry, lines look nice, turning back, nice and flat, coming around right here. And then you told me that you think your problem is that you get too steep too early, and there's this little hiccup coming in right here, and you're not wrong. You're heading down the right direction, at least in terms of what you think you need to fix. It's just figuring out how to fix it. So yeah, you come in right here at 180 degrees. Ball's high, but your hands are low. All right. Instead of working that ball around and forward and letting the ball pull you forward, feel that pulse of the ball pulling you forward towards the sector, towards 180. You kind of block yourself from doing that by pulling the ball downwards using your lats. All right. I want you to stay nice and relaxed throughout your shoulders, not just up here in the shoulders, but even here too. Relax, slope the shoulders forward, let the ball pull you around and forward. And I think that'll fix stuff right there. If I could end the video right here, and I think if you did that, things would change. But I'll continue to elaborate. So, coming around, you you can see once again you're working down with the hands rather than working around with the core. So you're using your arms and your lats to pull the ball down, to work the ball, as opposed to working the ball. Once again, I'm going to say this probably 10 times throughout this video: flat and around, and that's what you say. You want your turns to be, your winds and your orbit to be flat, but this is the hiccup that kind of throws it all off. You have to relax your arms, let the ball pull you forward. Don't think about acting on the ball at all. Just relax and feel the ball. All right. So, but you come in, you catch super early, dude. Like, this is a super solid catch position on one. Heading down 180, you're probably just past it. And it's pretty solid. So you come in, you catch, working it around, but here you see your low point's just way over here, way over there. That's your low point right there. All right. And once you get in that sort of pattern during the throw, it's so hard to fight out of it because you have to be so strong to counteract it and to push out of it with that right leg. So you have to have a super strong back and a super strong right leg. But rarely anybody does. I can get away with it like 1 in every 100 throws, but if I try to do it consistently, it will mess me up. So yeah, try to flatten out your orbit throughout all 3 turns. And how do you do that? You have to work the ball flat and around. How do you do that? I'd say maybe do some more plate twists. Do some special strength. That's what it is. When it comes down to it, if your core's not strong enough to move the ball around you, you're going to find other ways to do it by pulling down or lifting up. I've had problems with this in the past. I've seen athletes that I've helped out in the past with the same problem. So throwing some plate twists, throwing some heavy hammer winds, stuff like that to try to get that core stronger, feel the ball, work that ball around you. You should really feel the push in the right side of your obliques as opposed to a pull down with the lats and the left shoulder. Working forward, you can see because that low point's so far over here, you have all this weight back here on this right side. You can't really get over that left entirely. You have a nice bent left leg, but you're not really over on that left side at all. And then as we proceed, high point's just off to the right of 180, and it's just kind of like a slippery slope from here on out. You come in, once again, your catch position on 1 and 2 are spectacular. Like, if you could do that through all 4 turns, I bet you'd throw 54 meters in no time. Those of you who don't know, Terry's PR is just about 52, so that's what I'm saying. Like, fix that stuff, dude, and you'll throw 2-3 meters further in no time. Catch like that in the other 2 turns, man, you'd be onto something great. But yeah, so you come in nice and early on 2, working it around. Super heavy back on this right leg. Super heavy here. I'd rather see your shoulders over your hips, over your left foot, whereas you're kind of leaning back on this right leg, and it's rough. It takes a lot of leg strength to kind of push out of that. So, working forward, and then here, this is where it all kind of gets even worse, where it kind of derails even more. Coming through, since you are so far back on that right and you are leaning back so far over here, you lose all that direction. So now the ball, the only direction you have to throw is what's already in the ball. You can't put any more direction on it. And you can see your orbit's high. You're kind of leaning back. I'd like to see a side profile of this throw, because I bet your shoulders would be behind your hips and your hips would be behind your foot, whereas instead of being, over top, lined up, foot, hip, shoulders, all in a straight line, going forward towards a sector. And that's what kind of causes you to come around. So you lose your direction, you come around, you over-rotate, and this is kind of suboptimal catch position, especially compared to the last two turns. Catching just at 90 degrees instead of catching, kind of somewhere over here or even back there like you were the other turns. And you come through, and your left shoulder pulls a little bit. You got all this weight on the right side. Same thing, not much direction. Even here, your foot comes around even worse. Your right leg kind of drags behind instead of being nice and active. So like right here is where you should be thinking about putting your foot down, but you don't. It looks like you don't really start till about right there. It's kind of like a reaction. You're reacting to the ball in a bad way. I'm all for a reactionary sort of throw, a reactive throw, where everything just kind of flows from one to the other, but this is kind of like you reacting in a bad way. You can see that foot kind of comes around, and then to save it when you come around that much, because this kind of catch position for a fourth turn is not, I think this might be the most shallow catch you have of the entire throw. But if you, so you just got to work it around. You got to get more active. You got to get that direction going into the throw. If you get that direction going forward into the throw, especially in 3-4, because that's where it matters the most. Like 1 and 2, it's easy to get direction when the ball's not moving that fast. But when the ball's humming in 3 and 4, you got to get that direction forward. And so to save this last turn, this last finish, you kind of give this push, sort of shove out to the sector, and it just kind of flops out. Dab, hitting the dab. Love that. The dab finish, rather than working it up and around you and around that left side. You can see how much weight is on that right side, because this left foot started over here and it's going to end up over here after the throw. So rather than it being a finish, should be balanced between the left side and the right side. So like, whereas your finish position, ideally you want to stick the finish, but I know sometimes it's harder than it's easier said than done. So ideally you'd want to finish, oh geez, I rewound a little bit too much. You want to finish the throw just like this and stick the landing right there. 50-50, your center of gravity is right here, but otherwise your left foot's going to pull out because your center of gravity is too far back on that right side. So, but still, skillful save. So, going through one more time, Terry. Flatten those winds out, work the ball around you. Don't use your arms or your lats to work up and down. Alright, keep that ball flat. Like I said, throw in some special strength, do something like that. And honestly, I think you can maybe start a little bit slower. I think part of the reason why you work the ball down so much is because you're trying to get that ball going right in that first turn, rather than, progressively build up and do things correctly. So, probably sounding repetitive by now, but keep the ball flat, and we both know you need to do that. Just got to relax the arms, relax the hands, relax the lats. Feel the ball more. When you get too active with the arms, that's when you kind of start pulling down on it and pulling in and tight with the arms, and you're up in the left shoulder, and then everything kind of derails from there, and you're all of a sudden you got too much weight on the right side, not enough on the left side, you start pulling more, and then it just kind of all falls apart. So work that ball left in the entry, relax the arms, let the ball pull you forward, slope the shoulders forward, and get that direction through 3 and 4, man. That's all I can say. If you can feel that pull of the ball forward in 3 and 4, dude, you're gonna smack a throw in no time. So yeah, that's about all I got for you. So get your own technical analysis. Go to www.atlaspeakperformance.com under our products and services pages. Shot put, hammer, weight discus, I do it all. Just $10. So what are you waiting for? Go get your own technical analysis right now. Do it now. And then follow us, please, on facebook.com/atlaspeakperformance, Instagram @atlaspeakperformance, Twitter @atlaspeakperf. And then follow my own personal accounts for more frequent updates on my own training and what I'm just doing in my life. So that's at SDThrows on Instagram, on Twitter, and add me on Facebook if you really want to. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe. Share it if you thought it was helpful for you. I don't know. Have a great day. Peace out, guys.